So one of the questions I often see online for people who want to get into management consulting and start their own business is, how much money do I need to get started? You don't really need any. I'll explain why, just coming up. So how much money do you need to get a consulting business started? Well, very little. It's surprising. So I started my business back in 1997. I have to say, if I was starting a new consulting business now, it would be a lot easier. And do you know why? Purely because of the internet. The internet had really only just started back in 97. And one of the main benefits you've got these days is reach, marketing reach and sales reach, which I didn't have. But anyway, how much money do you need to actually get started? In a later video, I'm actually going to step through my whole budget process and my whole business planning process, but let me just give you a little bit of a heads up on the approach that I took. Okay, so at the time of starting my own business, I was married, 4 young kids, just bought a house, I had a mortgage, and I had only been in a new country, Australia, for about 3 years. And I had a couple of years experience working with another management consulting company. So I really was going out on my own, but I wanted to do it. I felt that I could deliver a better offer than where I was working, and I wanted to be my own boss. That's why most people do it. You want that freedom to structure services the way that you want to do them, to have your own pricing, and of course to have the sort of income that you're looking for. Now, the big mistake that people make is expecting too much income. So I'll tell you the approach that I had in year 1. I sat down with my wife and I went through our family budget. And I said, what is the absolute minimum that we can live on for the next 12 months? So remember, I had kids at school, a mortgage and all the rest of it. The number I remember that I came up with was $60,000 Australian. So with the exchange rates at the time, that was probably 30,000 US, something like that. I'm not sure. But it wasn't a lot. It was enough to just pay the mortgage, keep the family going and all the rest of it. So $60,000. And I promised myself that whatever we earned, I would not take out of the business more than $60,000. So what's that monthly? I can't do the maths in my head, but it's not a lot. It's like $5,000 a month, isn't it? That's all I would take out of the business. And basically, I slaved away for that first 12 months trying to build the business and not taking more than $5,000 a month. So what I see a lot of people do is they'll get a windfall, they'll have some great sales. I've seen my own family members do this who've started their own businesses, and then suddenly they've got a new boat, they've got a new car, and then they go through a lean period where they don't really have as much business coming in and they struggle. Sometimes they go broke. So remember what people say about starting your own business. Cash flow is king. Do not, in any circumstances, kill your consulting business, your new baby, in the first year or 2 by taking too much money out. Live on the minimum that you can, because you don't know what's going to happen in that first 12 to 24 months. So I basically went hell for the leather, trying to bring in as much business as possible, firm in the knowledge that I had to make at least 60,000 coming in, 60,000 on the bottom line. Of course, there are some expenses. So what sort of expenses would you have when you start up? Well, I was working from a home office. There was no office cost. I mean, I had my phone, a dial-up internet. I had some business cards, Yellow Pages adverts. Yep, it was way back then with Yellow Pages. So there weren't a lot of expenses. These days, what would I do? I'd be putting in, a LinkedIn profile, a Facebook profile. I'd be starting a YouTube channel like this. All of that is really inexpensive. So really the main expense is your income, and try to make sure that you stick to your budget in year 1. Now you're probably wondering, did I manage to get through 60,000 in year 1? Yes, I did. And it was very tempting to take out more. I'm a bit embarrassed to tell you the revenue that we got through in year 1. I think it was $690,000. Yeah, it was a lot. But I did not take out more than 60,000. And in fact, I think in the second year, I set myself a goal of only taking 70,000. So one of the reasons for that is you've got to build up a nest egg for investing in the business and making sure that what happens if you go through a lean period. And 23 years later, I still do the same. I make sure that our cash flow is such that I can, if no more sales came in tomorrow, I can pay all our bills for the next 6 to 8 months at least, which is a really good policy. Okay, so did I actually bill all of that 690,000 myself in that first year? No, that's the subject of another video, because within the first month I needed help. And how do you get the help? So we'll talk about that in another video. But this was, how much do you need to start up? Virtually nothing. Obviously it helps if you have a little nest egg to keep you going. I think I had enough to keep me going for 3 months for the period it would take me to get the first client. But other than that, you can really start with almost nothing. Okay, so if you have any comments on that, do comment below. I will personally answer all of those comments myself. If you're enjoying this video and the others on the channel, do make sure you're subscribed, because I'm literally going to share everything that I know that I've gained over the last 23 years running my own consulting businesses. So you do not want to miss out. So hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. That means you get notified every week when a new video comes out, and we'll try to get them out on a Wednesday every week. Thanks for watching, and I hope this has been some help.